story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
I hope I'm not too late to add on to this, but this is one of my favorite scary stories to tell because it involves my family, and that never happens. But I have a couple from West Virginia. I went to school in West Virginia, so if you want to hear more, let me know. So I'm a Pisces. My birthday's February 28th, and last year on my birthday, my uncle who had stage 4 cancer passed away. We celebrated all day, and then at night is when I found out that he had passed. And I was obviously very sad, and we were kind of prepared for it, but still, nonetheless, very sad. After his passing, my dad was like, we're gonna have him cremated. And that was honestly kind of surprising. But we decided to do it, and we kept his ashes in like the urn in our kitchen until the ceremony, which was also a little bizarre. My parents are very spiritual people, um, but also like my friends were like, "You keep him in your kitchen." And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. He's fine. He's family. He's in there." And he loved to like party. He loved to like have a little drinky drink. And in our kitchen is a bar, and it's usually stocked with like white wine and cheap champagne, usually Andre brand champagne. My uncle's name is Andre. So, um, a few days after he had been in our kitchen, I pour myself a glass, sorry, a glass of champagne, and I turn to him and I'm like, cheers to you. And this is probably around 11 or midnight. And I go downstairs to my room. So my house is separated by two floors. On the first floor is like the main floor. It's where the living room, kitchen, office, my parents' bedroom, like whatever. The bottom floor is like another whole apartment. It's a house, but like it's a whole like new flat. Like we have another living room, another kitchen, my room, which has two French doors with no windows. So they close like this, but it doesn't lock, so you can like hear through it. Laundry room, bathroom, and a sunroom. So that's the downstairs, and that's where I stay. So I take my glass of champagne and I go downstairs, drink it, think nothing of it. I watch some TV and I fall asleep. A few hours later, I hear my mom yelling for me at the top of the stairs. It's probably like 3 or 4 a.m. at this point, and I just hear her say, "Can you come to the kitchen real quick?" And I'm like still kind of eyes closed, like, what do you possibly need at the kitchen? What do you need from me at like 3 or 4 a.m.? Why do I need to come to the kitchen? And so I'm kind of like, what? Like, huh? What do you need? It's silent for a bit. I hear her walk down the steps. So you have to open a door to get down to the basement, and you have to walk down a series of 12 steps. And then it's probably like another like 10 steps to get to my room. I hear her walk like halfway down the steps, after the silence. And then she goes, "Can you come to the kitchen?" And it's not the most polite answer that I gave. I was like, "What do you need?" I'm like, I'm really exhausted. I'm like, "What do you need?" Again, silence. I hear her walk back upstairs, like walk back up like a few steps. She never closes the door. We always close the door. We have a dog. We have an elderly dog upstairs. And so she always closes the door, but she didn't. And I'm waiting to hear if she needs anything else. It's dead silence for a very long time. So I just go back to sleep. In the morning, I go upstairs and I talk to my mom. Actually, no, I think I called her to come downstairs. And I was like, what did you need last night? Like, you called me to come to the kitchen super late. Like, what was going on? She was like, I didn't. No, I didn't. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, you didn't. I was like, yes, you did. You called me to come to the kitchen twice, and I asked what was going on. You never responded, and you just walked away. She was like, I was asleep the entire night. Like, this is one of the few nights I actually slept the entire night. Our whole family's like kind of insomniac, except for my dad. He can sleep through anything. So the fact that my mom slept through the entire night was bizarre. And also the fact that she's like, it wasn't me was bizarre because I specifically heard her voice. If I had heard anyone else's voice, I would have been terrified. I knew it wasn't my dad. He's going to sleep the entire night. So the fact that I heard her voice, I almost did it because that's my mom. That's my girl. Like, I would have been upstairs in that kitchen if she really needed me. Um, so that was really weird. And I told her last night I toasted Andre before I went to bed. And like I said, they're not really like spiritual or whatever, but she was like, that's really weird. I don't like this story. Like, don't tell your dad. Like, okay. But it was, I don't know what that was. Something that sounded exactly like her called me to come upstairs and then just disappeared. I choose to believe that it was likely Andre just like kind of toasting me back, but that was also so strange. And I definitely believe if I had heard his voice, I would have freaked out. So I kind of understand why it wasn't, you know, anyone else's voice, but what was going on? Does anyone, any other spiritual people, like, let me know in the comments if you have an idea what's going on. Because it felt like it was definitely like a scary experience, but it also, in hindsight, doesn't feel like evil or negative. I don't know. I also have to say that in my parents' house, I've had a couple experiences where I have woken up from a dream just to wake up from a dream again. Like I'll be asleep and then my mom will come into my room and sit on my bed and like, like pat my leg or something and just like talk to me and I'll talk to her back for a little bit and then she'll leave and then I will wake up and I'll like look at my phone and I'll have like a text from my mom or something, but she has not come downstairs. Like we have not had a conversation. That's happened multiple times. When I'm in my room in the basement. Which is it's quite cute down there. So like it's not like really scary. At night it is pitch black. I will say that. It is absolutely dark. Dark, dark. Like so it's a little creepy at times. I've just gotten used to it. Yeah, so that's my go-to story for now. But if you want to hear some about West Virginia, let me know because I know that's kind of popular on here and I do have some stories to tell. So, yeah.